Hello, and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff Rock. Joining me this week is Allan. How are you, Allan?
I'm okay.
Also joining me this week is... That's nice, Allan. Also joining me this week is Josh. I literally fucked that up. Good job, me.
10 out of 10.
Nice job, Allan.
We're totally blaming Allan for this.
Yep, totally.
My
Nice job.
stupidity is the reason, is Allan's fault. Yes.
Yep. Nice job.
Good job. Anyways. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's a show. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's the show. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Black Mind Call. So, anyways. Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff and everything like that. I don't know how to begin the show because it's kind of like one of those bad ones.
No, you just keep starting it over and over again like it's one of those weird, was it Adult Swim cartoons? No, not cartoons, like the live action horror movies.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Yep.
No, you know what? You know what we need to do, Josh? We need to...
Ooh. Crack a cold one? I have a story.
Let me tell you the top 10 things about cracking a cold one. Number 1 is cracking a cold one.
Number 10, cracking a cold one.
There's a lot of... You should just nuke HTE bathroom. What the hell does that mean?
What? Who's posting what now?
This is gonna be like the Glass trailer. Allan's,
Oh no, he's probably a little sick.
Yeah, probably just going, oh!
So, oh wait, oh guts don't like me. You know, I know we're talked about before of like weird food, weird topping on food and stuff like that.
Banana pizza.
Is there like the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Yeah.
It's like I think the weirdest thing I may have eaten was a marshmallow frog on a pepperoni pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Which surprisingly enough was actually pretty decent, although this was a long time ago. And I think that they changed their formula to not foam frogs, but like the gummy frogs.
Yeah.
So it might be a little different, and the pizza might be a little different when you want to try it on. But it's, from what I remember, it's surprisingly good. No, I highly don't recommend. I highly don't recommend the coating an entire thing and like candy frogs. Just put like 1 or 2 on and just see if you like it. Add more on as needed. Just don't coat the entire thing in goddamn candy.
Yeah. It's funny to me that people are like, have you ever like watched those videos of like people being like, what is it?
What, people on YouTube trying to get clicks? I
no,
mean, that
it's
happens.
like it's like those crazy videos of like cholesterol inducing garbage that you just watch. It's like epic mealtime, but like all like, this is all bakery and cakes and stuff like that, like custom made coffee and stuff like that, like those types of things.
Like, well, I mean, how
It's like
set
stuff
up?
like, Well, it's like here's how you make a rainbow cake, and it's like this stupid.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's
like
just how-tos.
yeah, and it's like how to. It's like I now read those as how to clog your arteries.
Oh, well, the dumb thing is, depending on where you get the source from of how to make blank, like if it's from a website that's not typically meant for cooking, then it's going to be like add cheese to everything.
Yeah.
And then another one to be like, no, man, it's not add cheese to everything. Add, I don't know, another dairy product to everything.
Add
And it's like
butter to everything. Oh wait, we have to talk about something else.
gallons and gallons of butter.
Oh, the butter.
You know this. Oh, I got another food topic to talk about because I actually posted it in the stupid topic list, and it's the I drank old ass pop or soda for the people in the States.
Were you like?
I was okay. So literally, it was like last night. I was like, oh, let me just crack open this Mountain Dew Code Red, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh, cherry shit, hit me up with that, oh, and I took a good two decent sips, and I was like, that really had an aftertaste of like gasoline. Like, if I would have put a flavor to the weird aftertaste, it was gasoline.
Huh.
And I was like, huh. Let me no, hold on. Let me drink this one more time. Nope, that's still gasoline.
Can I? Yeah,
it's fucking gross. Like, I had this one can, and I was like, is that whole box fucked? And I actually looked at the box, see if there was expiry date, and from what I can tell, it was a whole year off. Like, I don't know how I bought this old box. Like, holy shit. Like, I'm surprised it was even on the shelf. It's like, how long was that sitting there for? Was it in the back room? Like, shit. No one switched their shit out properly. Like, wow. I got this from my Safeway in town. Like, now I'm like, I don't want to go back to the Safeway anymore because they probably don't rotate very well. Frick, I'm surprised I even got some pop that tastes decently. Like, fuck. Man, one thing to open up a pop that's like, oh, this is a little stale, or oh, this is a little off, but it's like just to taste like gasoline? Like, the fuck? And then to stay on their shelves for like a year, it's like, what's wrong with you? Why do people not buy anything here? Maybe it's because they're too expensive. That's probably why. Well, that's the last time I'm going to buy pop from the store over there.
Yeah.
I'm alive!
I'm alive!
I'm the last man standing!
I drank that gasoline, bitch!
I drank gasoline from a shoe because I got bit into doing it.
No, I'm just watching this Glass trailer, and it's like, okay.
If anything, I'm surprised. Well, I think, what was it? The dude sitting in the middle is from another movie, which a guy had a split personality disorder. But it kind of turns out he's in the same universe as the what was it, Unbroken or Broken movie? You know, the original M. Night Shyamalan people were super hyped about movie, which I think it was a kind of a nice twist of like, oh, that's actually a clever twist of, I can't wait to see where this goes because it's gonna be fucking weird as shit and it'll be amazing. See, like, that's the twist that you want. A twist of like, you don't want a predictable twist. You want a twist of like, oh wait, this is connected to that? What?
Yeah.
How's this gonna work?
That was the one crazy thing about Split was everyone was like, "This is unbreakable! Oh my god!" And then everyone,
yeah, everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
But I don't know.
Yeah, like funny
Like-
thing is, when I was watching the Glass trailer, I didn't make the connection that it was connected to that movie. So when I saw the guy in the middle sitting there, I was like, "Oh yeah, oh." I was like, "Oh shit! I guess it is the same universe."
It's Bruce Willis. Oh my god!
I'm surprised they got Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson back in the flick again. I guess they all agreed upon that the script is not shit.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't like that universe very much and stuff like that. But the thing I
kind of like it myself because it's more realism.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I like about it and stuff like that is like that's the one thing I like about it. Like I don't watch M. Night Shyamalan movies because they're just like the trees were the one killing all the people. And it's like, oh.
Well, well, the thing is though with M. Night Shyamalan is that he keeps doing a plot twist to the point of like, we know you're gonna do a plot twist. Where is it? Like, it's no more a plot. It's not more a plot twist. It's more of like, where's the plot twist? It's gonna happen. Like he doesn't like sparingly give them out. He always does it. So,
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. He needs to change his writing style just a tad.
What needs to happen is that like M. Night Shyamalan is one of those people who he makes really there are a few movies that he makes that are really good. There's a movie where it's like Devil and everyone's stuck on an elevator.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah, and then it turns out that like each of them are connected in some way, shape, or form. Then you have Happening, which is terrible. Signs, which I've never seen.
Signs was weird. Like I think what was it? The elevator one. You said people are connected in weird ways.
Yeah.
I think the Signs is kind of built off of that same idea of, oh, all of these people who live in this household are weird and different in each in their own way. But it turns out at the end of the movie, it helps out because turns out the little girl who has this weird thing with cups of water, it just leaves cups of water everywhere. It turns out the aliens hate water because it's like acid to them. So it's like there's cups of water everywhere. There's a whole bunch of shit like that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it turns out your special ability is to freak out the aliens, so you're just gonna do your thing and you're not gonna come close to us whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the major. Yeah.
I was gonna say the one M. Night Shyamalan movie I kind of liked was Lady in the Water.
That one was weird.
Like he does weird stuff. But the reason I like that one is because it felt like there's like a ongoing universe that the movie was telling. Like the movie was saying that it exists, and at the same time, it's like I kind of want to see more of that unseen universe, but at the same time, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is interesting shit, but it's like I want to see more, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like interesting. Like here's the thing: it's like I don't like movies very much.
I know. I have the same thing.
I'm like I'll go see like 5 movies and stuff like that.
I barely see like a movie a year, if that.
I mean, like, yeah, but like because of my job and stuff like that, I feel like I have to know something about them and stuff like that. So like recently we have Rampage playing on the TV and stuff like that. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. It's that schlocky rock movie that's really good and stuff like that.
Is it like The Rundown?
Yeah, maybe not.
I was gonna say, okay, so I compare everything to The Rock ever did is to The Rundown. Is it comparably? Is it good action? Is there okay acting? Is there a weird?
It's fine. Like they're like The Rock doesn't play any character, like any really unique character. He just plays The Rock.
I mean, that's what I expect.
Right.
So, but the thing is, though, well, I think that what I expect is that at least the action good and his acting reflects the action happening type of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Which movie?
So that's why I compare everything to The Rundown because I'm like, that's what I want out of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's fine. I wouldn't. I would pay money to go see it because it's 2 hours above popcorn flip. Uh, Speaking of which, like now you can cook popcorn on your new MacBook with an i9 processor.
Nice. I always want
Yeah,
popcorn in my room.
yeah. You always want a laptop that is actually a space heater,
Yeah.
don't you? I know you do. MacBook i9 thermal throttles. Linus did a video on it, which is hilarious because he literally opens this thing up and then immediately does Prime 95 on it.
Oh god.
And so to basically explain what thermal throttling is to the listener who doesn't know what thermal throttling
As well
is.
as me.
Thermal throttling is, yeah, and as well as Allan, because Allan is like computer illiterate.
I'm not computer illiterate. It's just I never heard this term before.
Thermal throttling is basically when your processor hits a limit. So your processor has a limit that it can hit. Okay, so most of let's say the limit's like 100 degrees, right? So the processor will run as fast as it can until it hits 100 degrees, in which case then it will start shutting itself down and lowering its temperatures and stuff like that. GPUs do the same thing too, where GPUs will run as fast as they can, and then once they hit that thermal limit, they'll start dropping down the degrees and stuff like that. So this is like very interesting and stuff like that because you can hit desired frame, like the 1080 I have and stuff like that hits around like 100 frames per second very quickly and stuff like that in most games and stuff like that very easily. And it doesn't need to go full bore. But like when it hits like 60 degrees and stuff like that, then it starts pulling back the temperatures and pulling back the clock speeds and stuff like that. CPUs do the same thing where they'll hit a limit and then they'll cut their temperatures down like in half. So you'll see them like rise and then fall. Basically, that's basically the CPU basically outputting the most power and stuff like that. The MacBook, let me put it like this. Apple has a really bad problem with design over performance. So what they did this time was they threw a 6-core processor, which is probably about 250 watts of power. Like thermal dissipation, has a thermal dissipation power. So 250 watts. So it needs at least 250 watts of TDP in order to actually run. And the thing will basically hit 100 degrees and then immediately drop off a cliff. You're not even using basically 90% of the power the thing has because it's just that hot. And unfortunately for Apple, this says it's slower than the last year's model. So, hooray.
I would argue that shutting down at when it hits that high threshold is maybe not the best idea.
No, what it's doing is it's like a human and stuff like that.
Wait, what?
It's like a human. So like a human and stuff like that. If you're in a yeah, if you're driving if you're driving a car and somebody swerves in front of you and stuff like that, and you're going to hit them and stuff like that, what do? You go into self-preservation mode. Right?
Fucking swerve.
Yeah, you go like if something's about to hit you and stuff like that, you go into self-preservation mode and you try to get out of the situation alive. Right?
Right.
So that's what the processor does. Think of the processor like an organism and stuff like that. The processor hits 100 degrees. If it goes any hotter, it has the potential of killing itself. So what it needs to do, so what the processor does is it goes, no, don't let me do this, and then it just throttles. It's not good when the processor hits the thermal limit and stuff like that. Like my computer hits about 70 C on when I'm playing games and stuff like that. And it usually hits around like 60 C or like not very hot when it's doing most tasks and stuff like that. Like let's check the temperatures right now and stuff like that in AI Suite. So I'm sitting at 23 degrees on my CPU right now. 30. just because I opened up this stupid program. But basically, what ends up happening and stuff like that is when I'm doing like heavy workloads and stuff like that, the CPU basically needs to power itself up and stuff like that and runs faster. So it does that in order to. Throttling basically happens when the CPU is at its limit and it doesn't want to do anymore, because if it does, it will kill itself. Well, it's just still ticking down times and stuff like that. The other problem is that with these computers and stuff like that is that the MOSFETs, the actual things that provide power to the CPU and stuff like that, they get even hotter.
Don't they like run the risk of melting at that point?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's like caps. It's like either caps or MOSFETs. MOSFETs can either burst and cause fires, which are fun, or short out. And then caps, they have a lifetime limited. So like, you can run a cap at like 100 degrees. If it hits 105, it can only has like a set amount of time at 105. If that makes sense. So basically, these computers, if you're planning on getting a MacBook i9 and spending $6,000, that's the other part about this. It's $6,000 if you want this machine. Don't. It's just not worth it. They're hot, they're loud, they're really, really powerful, but they're just not worth it.
Unless you live in the Arctic and you just want an extra heater.
Yeah.
Or you live in that dark, dank cave and you're like, man, I just need an extra heater. A computer!
Yeah. Well, like, you could make a better space heater.
No, you just get a computer.
I mean, Linus did also... I'm going back to Linus again because he's the only guy who does, like, really stupid things.
Yeah, of course he does.
Because, well, like, he's like the guy who hooked up, like, Threadripper to a radiator and then clocked it. Or was it like he hooked up, like, I think it was Threadripper to a radiator. Because of course he would do that. And
yeah.
It's like, man, like, I don't understand what he's trying to do and stuff like that. Threadripper's just, like, the other problem, like, it's not like, what am I trying to say? It's not like the 7980 XE is better, because the 7980 XE is just, like, the most fucking stupidest processor ever. It's worse. It's so much worse when it comes to thermal power and stuff like that. So maybe they used Threadripper because they were like, this will probably run longer and not kill itself.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, it's been 10 years of Giant Bomb.
Huh? Of Giant Bomb?
Yeah, the website.
Oh.
The one with Jeff Gertzman and...
Right.
The website that has started going downhill.
That's so fine. I mean, I'm still actively enjoying it.
Here's the thing. Here's my issue and stuff like that with Giant Bomb and stuff like that is when you sit there and you say, we don't want to support Gamergate, thus we're not going to cover this game, you prove them right. Yeah. It doesn't look good. And then you sit there and you go like, I don't understand why Trump won. And it's like, man, I'm a Canadian. I don't give a shit. The Kingdom Come Deliverance really pissed me off, though, because I was like, man, I really kind of wait. And then they're like, this guy's a creep. We don't want to review his game. And it's like, more power to you. But why? And it's like, because, and then it comes out that it's like, well, like, I don't really want to support some guys who did some bad. And it's like, why? Like, give an honest answer. Yep. Why? And it's like Jeff actually was the closest, because he sat there and was like, yeah, it got nobody really. And also the guy's creep. And it's like, if they just left it at that, I would have been fine. But they didn't. And I was very upset.
Everyone was upset.
A lot of people were. And that game still is like, that game should be Game of the Year.
Yep.
Like, I don't think, well, it's pretty damn close to Game of the Year. Anyways, that was my rant.
No worries. I'm a little out of it because I got rained on today. I got rained on real hard today.
I was sitting inside in my nice air
Oh
conditioned
man,
building.
oh boy, today was a weird.
And then all of a sudden, it just like the heavens opened up, and like it was like you could hear it inside my work, and we're just like, huh. And then it started leaking,
Yep.
and then I went like looked outside like the store, and it was bad.
Yeah, it went.
Yep.
It went from fucking 0 to 90 in like the span of a minute. We finished we had actually just finished pouring our thing. We were trying to get it done, get it covered, and then the rain hit. And we were like, "Oh, it's not so bad. It's only a light rain." And then it just fucking hammered down, and we were like, "Oh god!" And so I walk over to my car. This is about a 3-minute walk over to my car to get in my car. I'm soaked by the time I get in my car. Pull my car over to where we're sitting, where we're working. Get parked, and I just sit there for 25 minutes as this just downpour happens. Finally, downpour finally stops. I get up, I walk over, we hold up some poly so we can like finish the concrete, and then it starts to rain again, and we're like, oh my god, just end our suffering at this point.
And then God threw down a lightning and hit Allan in the leg, and it was glorious.
If it hit me in the leg, I'd be like, well, shit.
You get that sweet lightning. You get that sweet lightning tattoo.
Yeah.
It's both life-threatening and cool-looking.
That is a debatable point.
And other news. So, like, basically, yeah, it rained really bad the day. Like, I would rather, like, honestly, you should have bought a MacBook. They can handle it.
No, they can't.
No, they can't. Apple makes really bad computers.
Surprise.
Their software is good, but like everything else is like, fuck, man.
In my opinion, with how Apple handles their products and stuff like that, it literally just proves that they are just incapable of anything.
Well, lately, it wasn't always like that. Like, I would say the worst thing that happened under Steve Jobs was they got sued because of their GPU. Well, no. Well, okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna go on a little tangent. The problem with Apple is that they've completely destroyed their prosumer market. They've stopped caring what people are saying, and then you have those Apple fanboys who sit there and go, Apple can't do anything wrong. My Lord and Savior, Steve Jobs. I love him to death. He is the best person ever. And it's like, man, the problem with Apple is that you compare them to any company now, and it's like they've all evolved. Look at Microsoft. Look at Google. Look at every company ever. And like, sure, there are some companies that like, look at Razer. Like, if you want a really nice laptop that's sleek and cool and stuff like that, get a Razer. It will probably die in 6 months, but whatever. It looks cool. But it's like every company has kind of moved on and stuff like that. Dell has made really good products. Intel makes really good products. Like, the major thing that surprised me was stuff like that is the fact that they didn't go with the Intel i7-8705G, which has Vega in it.
Yeah.
They didn't actually go for higher end core counts and stuff like that. Like, and like the other problem with Apple is like they sit there and they're like so addicted to thinness that they'll do stupid things. We took out Touch ID. Why did you do this? Because we don't care. Okay. Why? Because fuck you. Okay. Thanks. Or what is the other thing Apple does? They took out the headphone jack, and then every company is like, unholy crusade against headphone jacks. Like, man, like somebody needs to go over to Ives and just like whack them in the head a few times.
Yeah, on it.
Because they used to make really nice products. And like the other problem and the main thing is like, if you like the software, I have no complaints against them. But they're great. But it's like their hardware could suck a dick. Anyways, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Alan.
Well, it's not that. It's just with how Apple's been recently. Again, I'm happy that I'm now just like a Samsung fanboy and stuff like that.
Me too. We should touch notes.
Touch notes? That's Google.
Touch notes. No. We go to each other's. We go to a common place, have Josh film it, and then us just putting our notes together. He doesn't have a note. He has a Samsung S8, I think.
Yep, I have the new. Is it the S8? What's the newest phone they've got?
S9.
Yeah, I got an S8.
Okay, so we have to touch our phones together and go.
Considering that thing is actually like, you know, reasonably fucking like solid, and like the thing is, like, you look at Apple's competition, like you look at Google, you look at Samsung, you look at
Alan, you're gonna hate me for this.
what?
So to emphasize your point, I dropped my phone. It landed on the corner, and literally the pen shot the fuck out. Like, it shot up like square in the square. Grab the pen, grab the phone, wipe it down, and it was fine. Worked great. Like, the case is a little bit damaged. I need a new case, but whatever. It was like, that was the worst thing that has happened to my phone since. I'm pretty sure if I dropped my phone with an OtterBox and it did that, it would be dead. Like my iPhone. Yep. Yeah, you're 100% correct. So yeah. Anything else?
Well, but that's the thing is, like, I'm happy that it, like, okay, stop me if you've heard this before.
Stop me if you heard this before.
Apple's product line is currently like meh, like to the nth degree, like super eh.
Meh. It's funny because he's not talking.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
What I mean is, like, Apple's products currently are the thing that I look at, like, they're trying to progress, but they're regressing backwards with their designs. The phones are getting bigger and bulkier. They're not sleeking them down in many cases. They're taking out functionalities that all the other companies are like, no, this is a standard function. What the hell are you doing? And they're trying to keep with that one button mentality, as we all know and love from Apple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then you look at the new Samsung phones, and you're like, they have their 2 buttons on this. They have their 4 buttons on the sides. They have their audio jack. They have their recharge jack, and that's it. They don't have their screen is the touch button now, which is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I actually, like, when I first got my new phone, I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then I actually discovered what it was. I was like, no, that's actually really cool, because that's one less spot for stuff to get into. So you tend to go like, well, I guess I don't have to worry about dirt getting in that little button on the front. You don't have to worry about dirt getting into the audio jack, which on previous phones had been on the top, but now it's on the bottom. And now the new OtterBoxes and stuff like that for Samsung are fucking bulletproof, except they don't have their screen protectors anymore, which kind of sucks. And I'm like, oh, well, shit, that sucks. But at the same time, I do notice that some of the other companies are kind of following an Apple step. I don't like the face recognition or the eye recognition with the Samsung. I like the fingerprint one. It's actually not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not too bad for the most part. There is some things that I actually do complain about with it, is that the function seems unintuitive in a way. Like, it's in such an out of the way spot Like for my Samsung 8, it's right by the camera. And if you rub your finger over it, it's actually like the same texture as the camera lens. And it's just like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that's all I've noticed about yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like my big thing with Apple and stuff like that lately has just been like, remember when they made innovative products? Of course you don't, because they haven't made innovative products in a long
Yep.
time. And the sad truth is that when Apple actually gives a shit about their products and stuff like that, they're great. But like, it's like the whole entire keyboard fiasco, or the entire, like their entire objection to like putting an actual fucking good solid reason as to no headphone jack in our phone. Like, it's like, I would love it if they actually made a product for everyone, because Jobs one time did the 4 boxes that everyone really wants, which is a desktop for consumers and a desktop for pros, and a laptop for consumers and a laptop for pros. And it's like, now it's just so muddied because you're like, oh well, you get the MacBook or you get this. Whereas like their mobile products, like you have the iPhone X, iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 8. And then you have pluses. You have iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus. Then you have iPads. You have iPad Pro and iPad Non-Pro. Both of them are exactly the same. And then you have iPad Mini. Like, fuck. Just stop. Stop. Stop, boy. Anyways.
Just stop.
Just stop. Hey. Anyways. James Gunn has been fired.
Oh boy.
He made some pedophilic tweets.
Oh, not racist tweets?
Not racist tweets.
Oh, come on. It's like the cool thing to do.
You gotta go out like Roseanne. You gotta go out like Roseanne.
You gotta go like Roseanne. You gotta go out like the Papa John's CEO.
Fuck, man. How hard is it to not say racist things?
Really hard, apparently.
Apparently, it's super difficult.
It's so difficult. Like, it just slips out, and you're like, "No, I didn't mean that." It's,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's like, "Oh, no, wait, hold on. I mean, the person's stupid. Shit."
Yeah, it's funny because we're joking about this. But James Gunn said some pedophilic things that just got. Ooh.
Oh boy.
We were looking at them at the beginning of the show, and we were going like, I think Allan said it best. He got to the third one, and then he thought he wasn't joking anymore. Apparently, saying "I came all over my face" is a joke.
No. The reason why I was like, the thing for me was I'm looking at the post. I'm like, this could be edgy humor. This could be like really fucking edgy humor. And then like I hit like I think it's the second or third one. I say the third one for sure because that's where I was like, nope, stop. That was.
I stopped reading after the second one because that was disgusting.
I read all of them. Holy fuck, dude! That went from fucking like 90 to fucking like 10,000.
The only thing that actually saved this is the fact that like I can go to Amazon and get SNK Heroes.
Yeah.
Heroine. That actually saved it because I was like, before I was like, oh my god, there's like terrible thing. Oh jeez. This website has some terrible things on it, but like that's not. It's fuck James Gunn. God damn it.
Yeah. I just love how the more you scroll, the more you're like, how is this man having a career anywhere?
I don't think he will ever have a career ever again.
No.
Oh,
it's over.
Yeah. But it's like at first it's like, how did he even? I'm not even.
I just noticed that Choke Me Senpai is playing Dead by Daylight.
What?
One of my friends changed his name to Choke me, senpai. I don't know what that means.
Oh boy.
Allan, can you explain to me what this
I'm not
means?
going to explain anything to you.
Please don't. But I'm just gonna look at one. I'm just gonna look at this website now and admire their amazing. Dear God. Dear God. This is terrible. There's some terrible things.
Well, I'm cowering in fear.
There are some body pillows now that they're advertising on this website. This website's great. You can get mouse pads. Playmat for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
With High School of the Dead on it. Oh boy, Josh.
Huh? What? Give me the link. Give me the link. Give me the link.
You're gonna kill me. There you go. Oh wait. In the proper channels.
Oh, that's a play. Oh,
God damn it, Josh.
Yeah. We're not actively looking at porn, but we're kind of looking at dirty things.
porn. The funny thing is, it's covered, and you could get away with it, but at the same time, it's a public place, and sometimes there's could be young kids there. So it's like, why did you bring this? Why did you bring this pornography to fucking playing cards? Why couldn't you just have like a nice fantasy trees with, a bird in the background or a bird guy doing a magic attack or some shit? Like, why bring anime porn to this? Why do you have to show your porn to everyone? Not everyone needs to know they're into anime porn. That's fine, because everyone else is into anime porn. You don't have to share that.
Yeah, you don't.
All right.
You don't have to.
It's like how whenever
some
like
quiet point against the fact of we don't need to bring anime porn to fucking your tabletop games. I will counter with they fucking make them available in all gaming stores. Like there are fucking some raunchy fucking like playmats. And they're not
totally.
not all, like the really bad ones are order online only, and like that's the ones you should be like stop. That's the ones you should be going for stop for. But I'm like, I mean, if I'm gonna play with cards and I have to look at this mat for like 6 hours, I'm gonna put something fucking nice on it, like big titty anime girls.
it's like that mouse pad that I kind of wanted to get, where it's like all of the Overwatch's girls' butts.
Yeah. Or there was that one Overwatch mouse pad that was just what's his name's butt on the arm, like the wrist rest.
Divas.
Oh. No, it was the male guy.
I think I found my new favorite. Dear God, man.
Cyborg Ninja. God, what was his name?
Genji's.
Yeah, Genji's ass was just the wrist rest.
See, I kind of want to pick that up and just have it at school, but I'm worried about what everyone's going to say to me. I'm worried about getting accused of being a homosexual, so I kind of want to get two. Like, I kind of want to get the diva ass and then the Genji ass.
Oh no! See, the thing is, I found an even worse one. It's a robot.
It this one?
I hope it's a robot. No, but okay. So you know how there's the Genji ass as the wrist rest?
Yeah.
Same idea, but it's like, what if this robot guy has his legs up over above his head and is just full crotch and ass just right where the wrist rest is?
Of course it is.
But it's all robot, so it's like, well, it's robot, but man, I'm getting tight in the pants for some reason. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand. If I could, I think I found it on my Twitter. Did I save it somewhere? I hope I did. Cause that's just fucking like, you shouldn't be turned on, but you are.
Josh, you're such a homosexual.
It's so fucking weird.
This is like, yeah. Anyways, it's fun because like eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to get one of these and then I'm going to deeply regret it.
It's like, well, where did you put this? And also, I hope you don't have a kid.
Oh God, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Like there's that reminds me of a story of like a guy who had like My Little Pony hentai framed in his house.
That one
And
I would
he
be.
literally
That would be like that would be quite a few questions I'd be asking at that point. I'm like, what the?
There was a few questions. I showed Shane this, and it was just the most horrifying shit ever. It was just terrible. Like, it was just bad.
Yup.
Yeah. There are worse things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Yeah, like James Gunn getting fired. I really don't care. I hope he burns in every place in hell. And Klepek, if you're going to sit there and accuse people of, what did he say? Mike Cernovich and the alt-right have weaponized the left's morality. He's not operating in good faith and toxic opportunity. Do your fucking homework. Number one, if he's a pedophile, he should burn in hell. And I wish I could assist him in that fate of hitting him with my car going 100 kilometers an hour. I am saying this as somebody who doesn't want to fuck kids.
Yep.
Like, it's not hard.
Really not that
Not
hard.
Like, this is not a good thing, Klepek. Like, I don't know what it is with the left lately, but like being like, oh, pedophilia is okay. It's like, no, it's time for a fucking crusade.
It's time to cleanse the world.
No, it's time for a fucking crusade.
That's what I mean. Time to cleanse the fucking world. Like, okay, so here's a bit of a thing I will say. Don't fuck kids. I don't care.
Very simple.
I don't care about like things like lolicon and stuff like that because like nobody actually gets fucking hurt in that stuff. But here's the difference. The moment actual kids are involved, no, you fucking deserve to be burned in hell.
Yeah, it's like if you're dating a sexy fox lady, and the fox lady is 17, I wouldn't give two shits, really, because at that point it's like, oh, as soon as she turns 18, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you could be banging her the night before she turns 18, and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, you're fucking like babies.
Yeah. Well, okay, but that's the thing is that's the reason why
And then loading and then you just see a picture of me just loading a sniper shell, pulling it back and going, sight's a little bit off on this one. Move it over a little. Oh, yep, right in the head. Like that's just not cool. Stuff like that.
That's the reason why I said like I don't care about things like okay. I gotta have to stress this. Don't fuck kids. I don't care about things like
Yes.
a good example being lolicon. You know, Japanese, whatever it is. I don't know how the best way to describe it without sounding like incredibly sleazy.
It's a demon that's 500 years
She's
old.
old.
It's fine.
Yeah, she's a demon.
It's
She just looks like a kid.
She's a demon who's a child who's actually 1,000 years old.
But the thing that's why I mean like is like again not an actual kid. It's a drawing.
I can say this as a
Time,
brother.
At
and
the same time, I'm like, oh, god damn it, whatever.
I can say this as a brother and a friend, is that like if I ever see a man who is fucking my sister and stuff like that, I'm fine with it. I don't care. Like if he comes out, if like I'm like at her house like dropping things and like he walks out and he's like half naked, I really don't give two shits. But if it's fucking like my niece or nephew, like you can almost guarantee that I'm calling the fucking SWAT on you. Like it's just gonna be the play screen, like you know that stupid SWAT meme that we post sometimes where it's like the guy's like just breaking everything and destroying everything. Yeah, it's that. Or the one where it's like the siege one where it's like everyone just shooting guns and destroying the entire house. Yeah, it's that. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. I don't fucking care. I'm glad that he's fired and removed from Marvel because honestly, that is too strong of a joke. His career might be over. Good. This is not something you joke about. It's like how you can make this is something we're right now in the center of the thing. It's like it's like back in the 1950s, you really didn't make Holocaust jokes. And I would sit there and say that sometimes Holocaust jokes, some of them are really funny. Don't get me wrong, but like
Hans,
you can joke about
get the oven.
Hans. The best one was during the immigrant crisis, Syrian refugee crisis. It was basically somebody posted on "I'm going to hell." It's like, if they're telling you to go to a camp, don't go. I literally died of laughter. I was like, this is fucking brilliant. Germany will never live that down because it's like the most fucking stupidest thing they ever did. Anyways.
Oh my god. Hang yourself. Hang yourself.
Oh, I found the PG version of the same thing too. It doesn't show the image there, but it's basically cooked eggs.
That's great.
It's straight up just eggs in the same formation. It's awesome.
But
It
Allan,
looks
you
good
can
too.
get furry ones that are like.
I literally just clicked through and I just like the third one in is a fucking furry one, and I'm like, I'm just gonna click past that.
You can get demonic ones.
This there's a lot of artwork from this artist too. Like tons.
I'm done.
I just don't. I wouldn't get any of these. See, like, here's the problem. Is like the problem is like I could just eventually seeing us buying these things in mass and making like one of our own character and selling it on our shop. I could see us doing that because we're idiots. Shut the fuck up. Anyways,
yeah, no.
I played Destiny and I hate myself.
Why do you keep playing this game? Like, I keep telling you, just stop.
Because there's a faction rally going on and I need the Sunshot Catalyst because I'm a whore.
Why don't you just play Fortnite with normal people?
With you and Mewtwo, I would rather shoot myself. Because Mewtwo will always yell at me and you will sit there and you will hide in a corner and then I'll die.
Well, no, actually, I'm getting better at just going to storm in and just try to do my best.
Josh is getting more and more manly, so now it's going to be 2 people dying and Mewtwo yelling at us. Great.
Or just bipolar going like, guys,
Bipolar
so
Mewtwo.
high. It's so high. Oh,
We should change
we'll
his
do
name
better
to
next
that.
time.
Is Bipolar Mewtwo, because he is. Look, let us be honest. He was created in a lab.
Yeah.
He was genetically constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had got into 1 or 2 fights, got a concussion.
Yeah. Doesn't remember a thing.
Doesn't not remember a thing.
He became a normal baby.
A normal human.
Yeah, normal baby. That's Mewtwo. started a tournament. 20 years he's going to start a tournament. He's going to be like sitting there being like, yes, I've started a Pokemon tournament. And then he's going to like cause some kid to be basically stone. And then every single one of the tournament people is just going to cry. And then the kid's going to turn out from stone. This is going on long enough. Yeah, I played Destiny. Fuck, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like bashing my head again. It's like boiling your balls off in water. But it's
No,
fun.
it isn't.
Boiling your balls off in water. It's okay.
The game suffers.
Here's the thing, it's like-
suffers from a lot of design problems. Like,
Here's the thing is-
fucking
yeah.
lot of design problems. Like to the point
Yeah,
where
but
it's almost like getting to the point where it's like I've seen people play with one of the raids, the fucking Chalice one, where you've got to kill the fucking Emperor and all that stuff. And like,
Who's not actually the Emperor.
it's just a droid. Spoilers, by the way.
You should partake. Oh, he didn't invite us. Oh.
Yeah, it's actually just really, really fucking meh.
Not exploratory. The one that's the worst is you want to know like something that's worse and stuff like that. This I just remembered in complete fact is like the only reason I'm playing it is because like I can play it and listen to the podcast while editing the podcast.
Yep. So
I can actually get some work done while playing it. So like whenever Allan says like bad things, I can sit there and edit them out. Or whenever Josh says, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can remove those. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
By the way, there's gonna be just a lot of dead air here for a couple minutes. Just me and Josh just popping our lips.
Yeah.
But
That's all gonna be removed. But and then like me going on rants and stuff like that. That's the reason why last episode was only 20 minutes long.
bullshit. But
It's like an hour. Fuck off.
no. The thing for me right now is as like, how do I put this? How do I put this without like causing Jeff to censor like the next 5 seconds? Build the fucking wall. How about that? Build the wall. Build the wall around England. Build the wall around England. Everybody secure the fucking nationality that was the greatest thing in the world. I have a little bit of a rant that's going on. Like, oh my god, I don't know if
Hate everything.
I hate everything that's going on with England right now. And I'm not even like, I can't even be mad about England. It's just like, England, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you guys are like the greatest nation in the world, besides like the United States. Canada, I can never put Canada up there anymore because we have a fucking cuck for a leader.
Our leader who was recently accused of sexual assault.
And then every feminist was like, no, it's okay.
It's okay. He did nothing. He did total fucking. What the fuck?
Yeah. But
no, I'm watching something else. It was funny because I was like, I almost felt like resetting the clock. I have a clock that I reset every single time something bad happens to a male feminist, and like that stuff came out about Justin Trudeau, and he actually like was like, well, I can recognize my actions were sometimes very offensive and stuff like that, and some people don't take the same way. And it's like, do I reset it or do I not reset it?
No, you completely reset it.
So I just didn't reset it.
No.
So
the reason why is because evidently he is so good, like he is so perfect that he cannot be held accountable for his crimes. Even though, like, as somebody has pointed out, like every male feminist who's like, I am a male feminist, who comes out later on and like within like a year or two of them saying that, fucking gets accused of sexual misconduct or sexual assault. And I'm like, this is why. This right here is why. And I nowadays I just shrug my shoulders. I can't care anymore. I'm actually straight up hoping though that our glorious leader of the Communist Party of Canada, I mean the Liberal Party of Canada, is actually like straight up voted out next election. I don't want him. I don't want him ever like anywhere near the fucking prime minister spot ever again.
It's just going to be like, it's going to be an interesting election cycle because it's going to end with one side, I feel, very upset.
Well, the thing was with the last election with Justin Trudeau being elected, the Conservatives were actually like, no, we knew this was happening. We're not upset. We would have been a little bit more upset if NDP won. And then Trudeau started moving, and they were like, oh boy, we are going to be resistance now because holy shit. And
it was funny because I can almost guarantee you that like the thing that happened to down south is going to happen here, and the reaction is probably going to be a lot more of like, okay, I can see why they got elected.
Yep. No, that is entirely what's going to happen. That's going to be like the hard response.
Yeah, and like you're going to see the hard left and being like, I can't believe Andrew Scheer is now my prime minister. Oh, the agony. Ah!
Stop having an orgasm, first off.
Ah!
But
and it's like almost the problem with those people and stuff like that is they take everything so personally. Like I'm probably just not going to vote for Andrew Scheer because fuck that guy. He's a fucking idiot. I wish it was Max Bernier who was my leader of the Conservative Party because I could actually then get behind him. He's actually like he was like, no, we should have less government in our systems. We should let the market provide things. We should not take away things from like social programs like healthcare and stuff like that, but we should have more libertarian ideas and stuff like that.
I don't 100% agree with that. Like, and that's the thing is like I'm okay with Sheer because it's that's the thing is that's the difference between me and Jeff is I am actually a little bit more opted towards having a bit more government, whereas he's not. But then again, I'm also somebody who's like, no, we need to increase spending for the military. No, guys, like legit, we have tanks that were produced back in the 70s. We need new fucking gear, and we need and that's the thing is like one of my friends actually who's adamantly against armies. And I actually just like I have never just like stared off into the abyss and being like, there is a lot of things wrong here. I straight up I had to explain to them in a very interesting way. I'll put it like that. That to me, President Trump is correct. The nations of NATO that are involved in NATO and stuff like that, if you're not the U.S., they've been slacking. Because, well, why do we need to provide all this extra like work and effort for just the military defense when you guys have the strongest military in the world? And Trudeau, I know a lot of people don't like Trump. I know that.
Well, the problem with Trump is that he's
abrasive.
He doesn't explain himself.
Well, no, he does, but then people fucking shit on him for explaining himself.
Yeah, it's like the reason why the tariffs are there and stuff like that on Canadian aluminum. If he sat there and he said, "It seems like this is the play that it seems like to me, and this is saying my opinion." Not saying it's correct, because you can have your own fucking opinion. But like my opinion is that the reason why Trump did that is because he wants to make money. So he's trying to make up money elsewhere, because instead of like cranking taxes on the rich, they pulled taxes back down. So it's like, okay, well, he's trying to make up for the deficits.
Yep.
And stuff like that by tariffs. It's a terrible idea. It shouldn't go through. It's probably going to hurt him in the long run. What's probably going to happen is that we're probably going to see a recession.
I don't think we're going to see recession. I don't think
we're not going to see a recession, and we might see a recession close to the end of his presidency. See, maybe closer to the beginning of the next presidency.
I don't think that's going to happen. The reason why is because through him, he has actually like tried to open up other trade partners. He's He's actually doing the correct thing with the economy, is trying to stimulate it without just funneling fucking money into it. Like how a good example, Mr. Trudeau and Obama did. And the thing that actually, like for me, that makes the big difference is the fact that out of so far everyone that I've seen who wants to talk about like how much they dislike Trump or how they don't trust him and stuff like that, I've asked them what they don't like. You ask them what they don't like about him, and they'll say like, "Oh, this," and like some of them, you're like, "That's a really bad answer," because like he's doing it because he's a nationalist. And I've actually had somebody actually turn around and say to me, "It's like I don't like him because of what was it? One of the person's reasons was actually like a really fucking weird one for me, and it was I don't like Trump as the leader of the free world because what was it? Fuck, it was some weird one too. Like it basically like I don't like him as the leader of the world because it's just like because of how he talks or walks, and I'm just like, that is legit the stupidest reason. I don't like I personally I like Trump and I don't like Trump. I like Trump on his stance with things like the military. where like I do believe like Canada kind of needs to pick up the fucking slack. We used to have the third largest navy in the world. We used to be like the envy of all, like a huge portion of militaries in the world. We used to be like this, like force to be reckoned
We
with.
were.
And
Well, like I would say that the problem is that with us is that we pulled back a lot of that might. I mean, we're still like we still have some of the best soldiers in the world.
we do up until
and they're just underfunded.
No, it's not even that. It's up until you realize that we have some of the best soldiers in the world. Up until you realize that we have 6 regiments. That's,
Yeah.
I think, maybe 100,000 people. Maybe. That's not even an army group.
Yeah.
That's not like that's actually kind of like frustrating to me, like personally, because like so many old regiments got scrubbed. That like all these old lineages and stuff like that. We still have Lord Strathcona's Own, the Van Deus, the Princess Pats, the First Service Battalion, Field Am, and all these battalions and stuff like that. And each of these like regimental standards and stuff like that. And then you kind of like stop and you look at like Canada's history of like their military pride and like if you look back at like how we were in World War I and World War II, like yeah, some of these regiments were like scratch regiments from like town regiments where like they were like everyone from this one regiment was from this town. And the good example is the first Newfoundland regiment. And no, like I can't look at the Canadian military. It's like I love it dearly. I kind of want to just sit down and take pride in it again. I'm very proud of what we've done with what we had, but we're still using fucking Leopard 1s.
Yeah.
Most like a very good example is like even though we're updating them and keeping them like relatively up to date, these are tanks from like the 70s. I think that's when they first came out. I'm actually gonna look this up.
It's like how we need new jets and stuff like that. Harper's like, the joke I used to always make the joke that Harper would rather spend more money on a useless fighter jet than actually, and then actually improving certain things. Like he would sit there and go like, we need the F-35 because it's the best plane on the planet Earth, and then the Americans would just sit there and like put a tarp over the F-22 Raptor, and you're like, yes, the F-35 is the best plane on the planet Earth. It's the greatest plane ever. But it's like no, like we could make better planes if we didn't blow that thing up.
So, we do have.
Thanks,
so I actually discovered how old these tanks are essentially.
Oh,
they were designed from 1956 to 1961. That's when they were going through the design process. They were started being produced in 1965, and they finished their production run in 1948. So Canada has I would assume probably like the late 70s, early 80s tanks, because the next lineup, which is the Leopard 2, I don't know if we have. It says we have some, but I don't think we have very many. And like this tank is like even getting old because it's been produced from. It was designed in the 1970s, and it's been produced since 1979 onward. And they
good job, boys.
Yeah, and the big thing is actually Canada has 80 Leopard 2-4s, which I think the current variant is Leopard A7, which means we're 3 variants behind, which means we're probably like mid 90s, early 2000s is when we have it. We only have 80 of the A4s and 20 of the A6s.
Good job, boys.
And that's the thing. Most of those won't be service tanks. Most of those will be reserve tanks for parts. So I'm actually kind of a little bit annoyed because like I would love to fucking see us get like we don't need to have like a huge military army branch and stuff like that. But like even I'm like, come on guys, this is like I feel
You-
so
yeah.
bad because like I take pride in like looking at the like our military and seeing what they could be, what they were, how they act, and I kind of
You wish they weren't like the Titan trailer.
the Titan.
Titans.
Oh, Teen Titans.
Titans trailer. Yeah, the worst thing on the
Well,
planet.
no, I would never equip them that. I would say like I wish they could be like as cool as we build them up to be.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the original Teen Titans cartoon?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's all it has
Yeah,
to be. That's all it has to be. That's all it has to be at all is just to be the original cartoon. That's all we want, and no one fucking gets it. Like, holy shit.
Just
Like,
get
if
me.
they're all trying to hype it up and shit, and it's like, no, just make it like this.
And like
fuck?
that's the thing for me is like Canada, we're part of the Commonwealth. I personally think, I straight up personally think we should turn around, look at England, and go, we want to buy Challenger 2s because they are.
And that would make Allan a very happy boy.
I would straight up out of my pants just be like, I just in my because they are like
I cleaned myself. It was great.
like that's the thing is like they like a good example is the fact that we know for a fact that the Germans are now producing the Leopard 3s. They're starting to develop like that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you're kind of like, I feel a little cheated out of the fact that like, well, a good example is that like Canada kind of gets sidelined so much because of like we don't have like modern military equipment. I think our Lav 4s are like the most advanced war gear we've got. Sorry, Lav 3s, or what are known as Kodiaks. I think they were originally developed back in like 1990, and they were missions to Kosovo. I think is the earliest one it was on, which means I don't know. Like I'm just like trying to look for the date when they first entered service, and like by July, yeah. So we got these tanks initially in 1995. They are our most recent vehicle, and I love the look of it. I love the fact that I could go look at this vehicle, look at what we could do, guys.
We could have good things.
We could have nice things because if you look at the Lav 4, you're like, that's a nice looking vehicle. Apparently, we also ship it all around the world. Apparently, the Canadian Army, the New Zealand Army, fuck. Saudi Arabia has fucking 900 on order. Fuck me, goddammit. The Colombian Army has 24, and the United States has their Striker variant. Which is actually pretty cool. Like, but yeah, no, like you look at what we could do with like our militaries and stuff like that. Like I'm being very nationalistic right now, and I hate myself because like I should not be like super nationalistic. But I do know that we should be kind of like looking towards like the idea of like expanding the military, trying to be a bit more responsible ourselves, and trying to be like a bit more independent, I guess. Like I know for a fact that I'm very much like the Commonwealth, the common people of our great and glorious nation of around the world and all that shit. But like, we're using old tanks, guys, and not even really good, and not even like really good ones anymore. Like the Leopard and the Leopard 2 are sexy tanks, but like, guys, come on. We got out for a game.
Get us better things. Get us better tanks. Get us better takes. Anyways, I think that's a podcast. Titans 2 trailer I thought was bad.
Yeah, that is we're not going to talk about that trailer.
Yeah, it's. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to Black Mike Podcast. I hope everyone had fun. Listening to the show. You can listen to us every Thursday at blackmikegames.podbean.com. And you can also subscribe to us on iTunes and your podcasting app of choice. Have a good night, boys.
Good night.
So that's what Germany's developing right now, by the way.
Oh, I'm recording. Oh, I'm recording. Gonna get that office, bitch.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone happy about that?
Kind of indifferent.
I don't know. Just ask for consent, and we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have to have a video of this, but I think we're good.
Of Office, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just having Office and doing stupid shit. No, I want to start this off by reading Klepek's reaction to James Gunn getting fired by Disney, which is funny to me because he's the most talented.
Really?
Apparently he got fired for posting pedophilic content on Disney.
Ooh, that does
on
it.
Twitter.
That does it.
I don't feel sorry for him.
That does it.
He made a joke about 100 girls touching themselves, which is really just 100 girls singing about themselves touching themselves.
Uh-huh.
What?
Which
What?
doesn't improve the situation.
Okay,
Yes.
hold up. There are questions I need to have answered here that nobody's answered for me yet because I'm really fucking confused as to what the fuck did he post. I'm like, what?
And KIA is in like a angry fat. And Oswald again blames Gamergate.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Penny.
And
So, James Gunn fired by Disney for pedophilic joke. Penn Oswald blames Gamergate.
Can you send me a link so I can
Okay.
look? Is that this thing?
I am trying to find one for you. Also, Game Trumps brings up Kotaku hate for the series. Okay. Clicking the link.
I just want to see what the Twitter post was. If my internet
I
will
think
load.
these guys would have it. Video, 100 pubescent girls touching themselves. And then it's like something else. Hudson Hudson, savior of TNG bridge set, convicted of child pornography. What? And then it gets worse. Video, 100 pubescent girls touch themselves. Hudson Huddleston posted on this on my Facebook page with the note, I thought you would appreciate this. My response, appreciate it? I just came all over my own face. in regards to the James Gunn firing. I guess that was the joke.
Huh.
Mm.
This is just getting worse and worse and worse the more I go
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, pretty much. Like as I'm going down this, it's like, oh boy, it
well,
keeps
the thing
going.
is, I'm like, this could be edgy humor. This could be edgy humor, and I just like I stopped at. When I got to the third one, I was like,
No, this is an edge humor. See, there's an art to edge humor. There's an art to edge humor, and I feel like r/I'm going to hell has it down pretty pat.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that's the reason why I was like, this could be edgy humor. This could be edgy humor. Nope. It stopped. It
Well,
stopped
it's
real
like the
quick. That's what I mean. Is like, oh.
Unless, like, well, the thing is, like, the first picture is the 100 girls one. If the link was directly to some, I don't know, shitty joke, then that would be fine. But no, it's probably a real link.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I would accept, like, just some, like, clickbaity bullshit just so you could be like, ha ha! Because, I mean, I would probably do some clickbaity bullshit.
I just can't wait until the SWAT come for me because I actually, like, it's this. This is the video right here. It's like, that is.
I don't want to click that link.
No, you don't, because it's just Oprah. So I'm just going to remove it from my history because, like a sane person. There we go. But, like, that's the title of this stupid video. So, yeah. And I don't know why I would care.
Well, you know, in a moment like this, I always feel getting a really good diet of pizza with bananas on it is what helps balance us. And you feel less shitty because you had a banana pizza.
Josh?
Yeah.
You know those people who sat there and scream about how pineapple on pizza and how it's sacrilege?
Like, I think, like, you know, I would try banana pizza for just once, just to say I had it, and then you never try it again. Just like, man, I'm just trying to think of the texture of the banana going with the pizza sauce. Like, that was, man, that would be weird.
Yeah. MacBook thermal throttles this week.
Oh, really?
Do you know what thermal throttling is? Okay, so then I'll have to explain it.
Okay.
And then what else did I do? Cool. That's my topics for the week. I gotta go let the dog in.
Fuck, I haven't even like looked at the topic list recently.